Hi, my name's Ben from Internachi, and we are going to perform a home inspection on this property in Iceland. And it's actually the third floor of this building. It's an entire house on a third floor, and it has a bathroom, bedrooms. And what I do is I start on the exterior and I step back and I take a look at everything, and then I start to look closer at some details. And here we've got a hole in the eaves at the gable side, so that's the left side. Some painting needs to be done. The exterior seems to be pretty good. Some painting, some minor cosmetic things need to be patched up. This is the right side of the building. It's in Iceland, so the materials on the exterior are very durable. So is the roofing materials. It's all metal with very little wood exposed, because wood just won't last in this environment. And there's the siding. The fastening is really important. So I'm just looking for any kind of damage to the siding, improper fastening. Because it's metal, we're looking for corrosion. And from other vantage points, I can take a look at the exterior siding. Like, this is the window from the third floor kitchen. And this is the siding from the balcony on the right side. Here's the wooden porch. The post is in terrible condition. The painting is in poor shape, and there's wood rot at the bottom of the post. And wood in contact with masonry near the ground level should be treated or naturally durable. There's a trip hazard at the front walk. The step is in poor condition. The concrete is just cracked. And there's the entry door. And the painting of the wood trim and wooden components of the front porch is in poor condition. The downspout on the right side of the building is missing. And I take a look at the sidewalk, and the grading and the surface around the house should all be sloped away. The roof can be inspected from the ground, and other vantage points like the windows of the top floor. And most metal roof products are designed to be installed on a deck that can bear a structural load. From the skylight, another vantage point, take a look at the metal roof. It's in really good shape. But I'm just looking for defects that are major, not minor ones, not cosmetic ones. Looking for corrosion, really. Corrosion, if you see a corrosion area on the metal roof, that's a defect. You should understand a little bit about what causes corrosion, so then you can look for it, get a better idea where to look for. It's dissimilar metals connected by water, essentially. And where one metal will corrode, have galvanic corrosion with the other metal. And the severity of the corrosion depends upon the amount of moisture, often. And I'm looking for different types of corrosion, like crevice corrosion, or where there's moisture held beneath a fastener head. Looking for indentations that can hold water. So there's a door that goes to the exterior balcony, and underneath this doorway is a lot of water stains, indications of water marks. It's not wet today, it's dry.
No, you're good.
But I want to make sure that my client understands we've had a problem here. So if I go outside, love the key. It's a flat metal roof. Durable, but I don't like the pointed chair legs. Could damage the roof. Actually has a dent right there by my foot. So I'm looking for damage, the surface condition, fastening, and flashing. The door is a little difficult to close. And the railing, the guardrail, has some fastening problems. The screws to hold it in place are actually loose. They're not attached very well, so they need to be tightened up, and there are no washers, so that's a safety issue. So far the exterior is looking good. The exterior roof is in good shape. The siding, the downspout is missing on the one side. This one's okay. A little bit of surface rust. The fasteners on the siding and the roof are in good shape. The gutter is filled with debris though, so that needs to be cleaned out. So this is on the right side of the building, at the porch area, balcony area. It's just filled. So during a heavy rainstorm or snow melt, probably just overflows onto the sidewalk below. And while I'm here, take advantage of where I can see the gutter. So you don't have to find every defect in the house. That's impossible. But you are required to report upon those defects that you both see, observe, and deem to be a material defect, a serious defect. And I'd like to see this gutter during a rainstorm. I'm not sure if that seam is sealed. And some minor flashing issues to extend that roof into the gutter. And the surface of this metal porch roof drains into a hole. Should be cleaned out. And it goes out through the little wall, planter wall, and onto the roof. This flashing may be in good shape now, but in the past it must have leaked. Maybe the door was left open. So here's the front door. Spiral staircase going up to the second and third floors. And what you want to do is go to our inspection gallery. So go to our home page, and then at the drop-down menu, go to our gallery of images and illustrations. So I'm going to type in spiral here. And this is an inspection gallery for all of our members, thousands of illustrations, to help explain what you're inspecting. So this is a spiral staircase, essentially. And it needs to be a certain width, 26 inches in width, and the treads need to be not a trip hazard. Now right next to the stairs, safety glazing is needed at adjacent windows to a stairway. So safety glazing must be designated also, must be marked. The railing is spaced too far, the spindles of the railing are spaced too far apart. They're large enough for a child to fall through. So that's a safety issue. And as we go up, we're checking out the steps. This is a bit of a trip hazard. You can't have one riser height or landing exceeding another step there. So don't want people to trip. And this is the electrical box. And if it's locked, then that's an inspection restriction, and you don't have to inspect it, but put it in the report. Typical Hager plastic electrical box. And there's illumination for the stairs. So let's go into the unit itself on the third floor. And what I do is I just walk around, take a look at the floor surface, the walls, the ceilings, get a picture. That's the kitchen, there's the dining room. just get a big picture of everything. And then I can go from inspecting the larger areas, like the systems, into inspecting the smaller areas, like the plumbing and the windows and the doors and the fixtures themselves. So the interior, it's an occupied house, looks in pretty good shape so far. Interesting way to get up to the bedroom area. Open and close all the windows and doors. Really nice latch system for the windows. And the heating system is from the heating unit, gas-fired tankless boiler with controls for every radiator on the wall and all the piping I'm going to take a look at, especially all the supports. And it looks really good. This is the very top room, just below the metal roof. So I'm going to take a look for watermarks. I don't see any. And there's the electric receptacles. And some skylights. I'm going to take a look at the bottom corners to see if there's been any water leaks. They're problematic, the skylights, especially when they're left open. I'll turn on and off the light fixtures with the switches. Safety hazard here, there's no handrail or guardrail, so we don't want anyone to fall down the stairs and fall through the opening because there's no guardrail. So I'm going to put that in the report. And the rope is just a fun thing for the kids' bedroom to go up. Really cool. But I want to actually hang on it myself just to make sure it's safe. The kitchen. Gas stove. Gas oven. There's actually two small refrigerators and freezers. That's one. Garbage and recycling. Run water at all the fixtures, including the kitchen sink. And there's the round trap. And a bit concerned with the open. Yeah, so that should be capped possibly. I'll take a look at that. Hot and cold water supply. Drains well. Fixture's nice. Countertop. The surfaces. There's the other fridge. And RCD. Residual current devices at the breaker panel. And the interior, this is an old historic building. It's been around for a long time, and they renovated and left many of the structural components, like this post. And they must have removed maybe a partition wall, and so they just filled in with some concrete and left the original plank flooring in place. So it looks really good. Some of the trim is missing, and some open gaps here and there. It's really cosmetic. I'm not here to pick on everything that's cosmetic or blemishes or flaws or discoloration. But I want my clients to know that the surfaces may not be smooth. There might be some trip hazards, like at this doorway to the master bedroom. But my job to do a home inspection in Iceland is to find the material defects and make sure that I report everything that I think is a problem, a major problem. And I want to check the heating systems, and there's the valve control. The bathroom. Flush the toilet, run the sink, hot and cold water. I want to make sure that the toilet is securely attached to the floor, and it has a water supply shutoff valve And there's the drain pipe, cast iron for the toilet. We saw the main vent stack outside. Just making sure there isn't anything broken, loose, leaking, damaged. So it all looks good there. Run hot and cold water at the bathroom sink. It's secured. The drain is working well. There's a trap, typical for European Iceland trap, but the air admittance valve should be at least 4 inches high, and it isn't, so I'm going to put that in the report. And the water supply lines is a concern because we have copper lines in modern fixtures attached to the old historic iron, black iron galvanized pipe. You can tell by the fittings. So there's a connection there between the old and the new. And those iron pipes tend to corrode from inside out and clog up and rust and corrode from the inside. And I'll run water at the shower fixtures. The tub, I want to get down and make sure that the bottom of the tub is good and is supported well. There's the overflow drain. The trap, the P-trap, is not good. It's not even securely attached or installed well. And I think it's the incorrect diameter there at the P-trap. So that's a concern. And in the bathroom, you really shouldn't have carpeting. It should be a wipeable, cleanable surface, not secured carpeting. But a really nice tub. And we've got hot and cold water. Although when we turn on the hot water, we get a smell coming from the water source. And it could be an old hot water tank that I don't have access to during this inspection. The shower fixture is needs some support. Careful about that. If you grab onto it, it'll just come right down. Then you have a plumbing leak. But that sulfur smell could be an indication of something going on. It's like a sour egg smell. Could be an indication with an old hot water tank. And the lights turn off and on. So overall, the bathroom is in good shape, but you inspect it far away first from a distance as a system, and then you get in close and you look at every component of the system. This is a lot of fun. A disco ball in the hallway. That's fantastic. However, the door, if you open it, will slam into it. Well, it would, but they put a safety chain. Want to check for moisture intrusion at the doors and windows. Any watermarks or wood damage. The interior looks in great shape. Some of the lighting fixtures are simply plugged into wall receptacles. So this one here, if you trace it back, it's supported well. And it runs along the ceiling. And this one as well. Careful with that hook. We don't want the wire to be kinked too much and be damaged. And it runs along the ceiling, and it gets a little strange with the wiring. Kind of goes into trim and out of trim, secured to the wall. Some of it is loose. Then it goes to the light fixture device. The switch turns off and on. That's good. And that looks good. The wiring is protected. The junction box is secured. It runs along the corner. And then there's a wire that goes into the crown molding, the trim, and it comes back on the other side into the junction box, and then there's another wire that comes out. So if you follow this, then it goes and it pops out into a light fixture. There's a lot of loose wiring hanging about. So I would recommend an electrician to come by and take a look at all of the wiring, make sure everything is properly installed, secured, and safe. And we have sometimes this wiring source that's just a mess. So I want to make sure that the wiring in the house is in good shape. And that's it. That was my home inspection in Iceland. If you're interested in performing a home inspection in Iceland, join us at nachi.org/Iceland.